Well, we'll see how much further we can get along before the phone shuts down again. I'll get them all filmed and I'll post them all at once. What foolishness have you got going on, boy, with that tractor and wagon wedged up in the corner like that, he inquired. Oh, sorry. It was evident Mom hadn't tracked Dad down on the phone when we sat for dinner. What foolishness have you got going on, boy, with that tractor and wagon wedged up in the corner like that, he inquired. I shot Granny a quick I told you so look and proceeded to lay out the course of the afternoon's events. Mum and Gran, only having heard the short version, listened attentively along with Dad. When I got to the getting run over part, Dad interjected. I don't understand. She should have balked and turned back when you got ahead of her. Well, she sure didn't. Well, she should have, Dad persisted stubbornly. I just don't get it. What part don't you get? Part where she trampled me or the part where she dragged me? No, boy, I don't get why she just kept coming on. Why it was you couldn't turn her. Do you get the part where she outweighs me by like a half-ton or so? I flung back. The fool old cow's too stupid to know that, he retorted. Well, next time she's of a mind to go someplace, you can stand there and explain that theory to her. I'm sure in no hurry to do it again. Mum let out her little noise that meant pulling your horns, gentlemen. She should have turned, Dad muttered. Carry on, Scott, Granny chuckled. I want to hear about the Dead All Rain dance again. Dead All Rain dance? Dad asked in no small measure of confusion. Worth the wait, I assured you, Mother quipped, stifling a giggle. Somewhat perturbed, I soldiered on. At length I went on to my heroic battle with the steers at the fence line. Emphasis on my heroics, my quick thinking as to the wagon and tractor barricade. I placed particular emphasis on the valiant demise of my faithful pedal bike. I would, after all, be needing a replacement. The women picked up the storyline at the point where they'd come in the drive. I sat in somewhat sullen silence as Dad roared in hilarity as the girls, with what I considered more revelry than was necessary, whooped about the kitchen in reenactment. When the laughter died down, Dad asked, So where's the fool old cow now then? Startled from my pouting, I said, What? How would I know? Last I saw of her, she was well on her way to Crusen's Corners. She's probably coming into Guelph about now at the pace she was going. What? You mean you don't know where she is? He yelled. I just looked at Granny and shrugged. 2 weeks passed and still the old cow had not turned up. Every evening Dad cruised around talking to every farmer far and wide while Mum wore the phone book ragged. Along about the third week, Dad at the dinner table expressed his consternation as to the old cow's disappearance. Spearing a chunk of roast beef, I said to the effect I hoped she was on somebody else's dinner plate as we spoke, for all I could care. Well, you best not hope so, boy. If she doesn't turn up, we'll have to pay for her, he pointed out. Oh, no we involved here, Dad. This one's all on you, I sincerely responded. I'm not the one who brought the fool cows here. Mother cleared her throat in warning as Dad and I glared at each other. Along about week 3, the phone rang in the kitchen and I answered in passing. You old folks lose a cow, a whispery old voice inquired. We sure did, mister. Who are you, I asked. Johnson's my name, son, he answered. I'll tell my dad, I said, and hung up the phone. At the dinner table that night. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. A man called today. Says he has that fool old cow, I crowed proudly. Dad's head shot up from his plate. Who is he? Said his name's Johnson, I proclaimed. Dad looked stonily at me. Mother, he took his phone number, right? He said his name was Johnson. Have you any idea how many Johnsons I've spoken to over the last 3 weeks, boy? Dad asked, shaking his head and sighing heavily. Mother got up from the table and returned with the phone book. Thumb through there, son. Do you see how many Johnsons there are? And Johnsons and Johnstons and so on? Oh, I responded in a small voice. I felt like the fool old cow had run me over yet again. Another week went by as Dad cruised the back roads and Mother spun the phone dial. Finally, nearing the end of the 4th week, Dad announced he tracked down the Johnson who had the old cow. An ancient recluse with a tiny run-down old out-of-the-way place and a phone only in the barn, as it turned out. Dad said the old farmer would be trailing the fool cow over after dinner. He went on to explain not only would he have to get dinged for the cost of trailering the cow home, but also a month's board in the barn. I'll have to leave this here. My friend's coming in. G'day, Ken.
How you doing?
Good.